Can this aircraft take off with so many people? How is it possible and what are its limits? These questions are answered by analyzing the aircraft performance. But what is performance? Stay tuned and you will know more.
The information contained in this video is for training purposes only. If there is any conflict between the information contained in the video and official documents, the current version of the official documents takes precedence.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Aviation Check YouTube channel. I want to introduce to the community our technical aviation subjects playlist to explore everything related to the aviation world. In this dynamic series, we bring you comprehensive explanation of various aviation topics, all based on your request and comment. Yes, we do value your input and we want to cover the subject that interests you the most. Here's how it works. Each video in this playlist is focused on a specific aviation subject, carefully chosen based on your suggestions, and we listen to your comments and take them as an inspiration to create content that address your curiosity and learning need. Whether you are looking to understand aircraft systems, demystifying some aviation regulation, or to learn the proper aviation IFR techniques, you have come to the right place. Our team of experienced aviation professionals is geared to guide you through the subject to provide clear explanations and insights. But we don't stop there. If you have any further question or specific requests, we got you covered. Join our Discord server, where you can connect with other fellow aviation enthusiasts and communicate directly with our team of professionals. It's the perfect place to seek additional guidance, share insights, and stay engaged with the aviation community. So join us in this educational journey. Make sure to subscribe in order to pass the Discord verification and hit the notification bell to stay updated with the latest release. We can't wait to bring your preferred aviation videos, either to help you in your aviation career or uncover the secrets of aviation. Remember, your feedback plays a crucial role in shaping our content, so we are thrilled to do this, so help us to expand your knowledge, and see you in the comment section below. So, what is performance? In definition, is the action or process of doing a task or function. What are the capabilities of a machine, product, vehicle, the aircraft to do this action? The ability to perform. So basically is up to how much the aircraft can do. In order to explain this, I would like to start from the beginning, from the point where they make an aircraft, specifically how it's designed. So it comes in few steps. That the first one is to identify what is the demand, right, of the market. It could be airlines requesting a certain type of aircraft to move a quantity of passengers from one point to another. Or, for example, in the general aviation, they require a new small aircraft for aerobatics or for training. It will depend. Once this is settled, the design phases start. The initial phase would be the conceptual. This is where they brainstorm, they start thinking about which part to use, how should be the wing. Of course, all this comes with knowledge, scientific research that will allow them to understand and know the efficiency that could have this design. Once this is completed, and more or less they have the idea, they go to the preliminary design phase. Here they start building or making renders of the aircraft, start having software for calculations, understanding what could be the capabilities of this aircraft, and having more scientific approach in terms of calculation, etc. Once this is settled, they go to last design phase, which will be the detail design phase. Here really they already have kind of a concept, a complete plan, where they start detailing how it's gonna be built, how many parts need to have this aircraft in order to create this structure and the engines and everything, the components specifically in detail of how is this aircraft gonna be built. Here they start doing simulators in order to test this calculation that they have performed, etc. Later on they build the prototype and they start the flight testing. On this flight testing is where all the calculations and expectations that they are gonna prove them, right? With all of this, they just do a review of the design and they correct some parts if required in order to attain or achieve these expectations, right? Now comes the certification phase. So here is where we start getting into this performance part. In the certification stage, there is certain requirements that they must comply. Of course, the aircraft is designed for that market, but it must comply with minimum requirements. And that's where the certification phase comes in, right? Later on, with all of this, once the aircraft is certified, the manufacturer will have in their hands all the data approved by the authorities, and that's where they have set already all the limitations in this case of weight, speeds, etc., because these come with the certifications. As I already said, an aircraft needs minimum requirements in order to be able to be certified. Which are these regulations that they need to follow? So there is the CS23 and CS25, which are the most commonly used for certification. There are other types as well. CS means certification specification. Under FAA or in US, it's just called Part 23 or Part 25 because it's part of the chapter in the Title 14 of the Federal Aviation Regulation or the ECFR. So this is divided in 5 phases of flight, which are the takeoff phase. Later on, we go to the climb phase, which this climb as well is divided in 2. We can say the takeoff climb, which is basically the initial part of the takeoff until the aircraft comes into a clean configuration. And later on we have the cruise climb, which is the phase until the aircraft reaches the cruise level or his final level, and he reduces power in order to maintain this level, right? Now we have the cruise phase, the descent phase, approach phase. Now, approach phase is divided into the landing, if everything goes right, or if anything unforeseen happen, is the go around. Now, on each phase, there will be certain requirements and limits that the aircraft must comply. And of course, all these calculations will be done taking consideration 4 forces, which are the thrust, drag, lift, and the mass of the aircraft. All of these forces will come into play, and with calculations and flight testing, they will be able to verify if the aircraft comply with this minimum requirement to be able to be certified. One thing here is that the mass is mainly used in Europe because they talk about the mass of the aircraft, and the weight of the aircraft is when the gravity comes into place as well. And usually in FAA they use weight rather than mass. It's just definitions that we need to understand. So what is CS23 or CS25? Part 23 or 25? So I'll start with the 23, as is what we all of us have used or will use if you will start your training. Basically, the 23 regulation is the one specifically for small airplanes. This is made of all the requirements that they are inside of these regulations. I will leave you the reference in the description. Are made for the small aircraft. What is a small aircraft? Basically is an airplane with less than 5,700 kilograms or 12,500 pounds and less than 9 passengers. Here we can use the operation will be for utility, aerobatics, all of these to commuters, normal usage, right? General aviation. What is CS25? This regulation now is done specifically for turbine power aircraft, any type regardless of their weight. As well, there is a very important point that any CS23 aircraft certificate that is operated commercially must follow these specifications as well. Now, as we understand now better these regulations, we need to make clear that these are only for certification purposes. It's in order for the aircraft to be able to be certified and operate and fly under this certification and have his airworthiness. Now, for the operation, there are other factors and rules that we need to follow or that the aircraft must comply in order to operate, which of course are based on the certification specification, but is used now this time for the operation, and not all the requirements that they were on the specification on the CSs need to be complied. Based on this, in Europe, for example, they have divided the aircraft in type of performance in order to give these operational factors that need to be complied with. We have performance is by letter A, B, and C. Performance A is all jet engines regardless of their size and weight. Now we understand that this performance A will go under CS25 regulations only. Again, as I said, the CS23 that I want to operate commercially need to be certified under CS25. Hence, for example, a Turbo Pro that has more than 5,700 kilograms or 12,500 pounds with more than 9 passengers will be in the category of Performance A. Performance B is airplanes with propellers that they have a maximum of 5,700 kilograms and not more than 9 passengers, right? Performance C is piston engines that can transport more than 9 passengers and or have a weight of more than 5,700 kilograms or 12,500 pounds. On each performance category, that's where we'll find these rules and factors that we need to apply during our operation. Now, in FAA or in US, they don't have this categorization of performance, but they do have the definition of a small airplane or a large transport airplane. And basically, it's very similar, and they will have these factors and requirements that will require during the operation. In conclusion, this is the start from the performance. From where does it come from? Initially, making the aircraft, already the manufacturer required something due to the market demand. Now, once they come to the certification phase to be able to sell it and to operate it, the regulations come under some certification specification that any aircraft must comply in order to be able to be certified and operate. Once this is done, each aircraft have a category for the purpose that it was made, and will have some other factors and operational limitations for the performance, which mean what the aircraft can do. This is the base. So what are these factors that we need to operationally apply? Well, this is the most commonly known as the takeoff segments or approach climb gradients, during the landing phase, what is the landing distance required. All of these topics are inside of this subject, as well as I say, in the certification specification, which must be complied as a minimum in order to be able to certify. So if you are curious to know which are these operational factors that we need to apply during our flights, our planning stages, our preparation, well, comment below or let us know in the Discord what are the exact topics that you would like to discuss, like the takeoff segment, the cruise performance requirement. All of this will make a specific video for each one of your questions or requests. Thank you for watching this video. If you are more interested, as I say, please comment below and let us know your questions. As well, if you have any suggestion of how can we improve this video and the explanation, let us know as well in the comments below. I will invite you to join our community through our Discord server. Like this, you will be able to communicate directly with other colleagues, professional colleagues, and or other aviation enthusiasts that as well are interested in the same subject. Thank you so much, have a good flight and happy landings.